this video, I'm going to share my heart as being a vendor at the Indiana Homestead Conference, and if it was all worth it. As a vendor and a business owner, events like this are different. We all have our different goals, and we all come out wondering if it's worth it or not. So if you were a vendor at this event, I just want to say from my heart, thank you so much for participating. I understand the struggles and all the things that you went through, and you are appreciated. And I am so grateful that I got to share this space with you. I pray that it was worth it for you and that God will bless you greatly. I drink my coffee and kind of talk to you a little bit about the Indiana Homestead Conference. Oh, you like my cup? We got it at Hobby Lobby. My husband and me got it for Christmas. It says, I love being cooped up with you. And he's so an introvert, so I just absolutely adore it. So, yeah, it was such an amazing weekend. Oh, you're going to say hi now? You're such a sweetheart. You were so cute, aren't you? So I know early on in the video I told you that, God had some changes in store for our conference and for our booth. And it was a busy week, but we just kept having to trust him and trust him and trust him. And y'all, you just need to trust the Lord, because he takes care of everything that you need and then some. And so our first day at our conference was really good. I was a little nervous, and I'm going to share with you what I wrote on Instagram. If you're not on Instagram, I'd love for you to follow our little farmhouse shop page, and I also have an Embracing Our Life page. And I would not look at my phone, but get my feet under me so I can, catch up on all the things. So I'm going to read what I posted on Instagram, and it kind of gives you an idea about where my heart has been this weekend. This Monday morning, after we came home late Sunday night, and I wanted to put a post up Sunday, and I just knew that my body said, nope, lady, you need to go to bed. So we got home. We haven't even unloaded the van yet, y'all, and it is Tuesday. And we got home, and it's just been trying to, catch up on house stuff and sleep. Just try and sleep a little bit and get everybody back into a place where we feel like we're doing all right. So on our way home last night, I found myself tearing up over all that God had did this weekend. And I still have tears of joy as I drank my coffee this morning, like 3 days later. I could write a book about all that God has done for us in the last 2 days. As a vendor, conferences look much different. You are focused on your booth, setup, and tear down, sharing your businesses with all your customers and selling your wares. And you may not get to hear all the sessions. You might not get to sit in on any of the workshops, and you probably won't get to hug and meet those that you greatly admire. And those small community fellowships, yeah, you might be at your booth for those as well. Your heart is focused on your customers, and your mind can't help but think of the provision you need to make it all worth it. And let me tell you, y'all, Saturday morning, my heart and my mind were very overwhelmed, and we had to trust God big time. We always have to trust God, but we had some big financial things that we really were hoping this conference would help us with. So my mind and heart were probably all on what I needed God to provide for. And that's okay, because, a lot of times in our worry is when we lean on him the most and we trust him the most. And I found myself doing that so much this weekend. But you know what? Within the first hour of the first day, I knew that this conference was going to be different. The community that showed up at my booth was so wonderful, more than I ever could imagine. I had many customers who came and left as friends. We gave so many hugs. I gave hugs. My husband, I don't think he gave any hugs. And that's okay. I gave so many hugs. And we found people that live locally to us that we had never met. And that just was such a special start of a relationship, knowing that they were so close. And we stood and talked to many couples for probably 20 minutes, just chatting about all the things and around where we're at. And some of my friends and customers blessed me with hot drinks, bought us lunch, and gave us, coupons to go get lunch at the food trucks. One sweet friend asked if I needed anything. Many of my friends and many of my customers came by and said, do you need anything? Would you like something? How are you doing? Before each day was over, I mean, we were having people, we were sharing prayer requests, and we were talking about all that God has done in our lives. Y'all, I had one friend, I was so excited because there were so many people there that I haven't like wrapped my arms around at all, but we've been friends online for a while, and so that was such a sweet, sweet thing. And so there was one friend, Kim Johnson, who has a YouTube channel, and we were seed swap partners a few years back, and it's been so neat to just have a friendship with her. And she lives a few hours from me, and so I remember way back I messaged her and said, hey, when your garden's done, I'd like a few pepper seeds and some stuff, because I love watching her videos and she inspires me so much to do all the things in the garden. And y'all, your people, when you ask for a few pepper seeds and she gives me a whole canvas bag full of peppers from her garden and a jar of homemade ketchup, and I was just like, girl, like, I about cried. Like, you know how many seeds you're going to get from that bag of peppers. And so this week I'm going to process them and talk to her about what the types of peppers they are, make sure I can record them. But that just blew me away. That the first time I met her, blessings like that do not go unnoticed for me, and they mean so, so much. So many people encourage me in this little business of mine, words that I will remember for a long, long time. Okay, let me tell you, this is just from my heart. I don't even need my phone for this. It is very hard to do this business some days, and if you're a small business owner, if you're a home business owner, you know that it's not easy. A lot of people who see us at markets and at vendor events, they see the part of us that's there with all of our wares and trying to sell and, excited and passionate about what we do, whether it's medicinal herbs or tonics or candles or bees or anything. But behind the scenes, there's a whole lot that goes on in our hearts and our minds. And if I had any doubt in my mind that this is what God wanted me to do, I tell you what, by the middle of the first day it was sealed that this is exactly what I need to be doing, that my staff is good, because I have those thoughts too, doubt just, who wants to buy these things? I'm not trying to be negative, but I'm just trying to be real with y'all. This is what happens as a home business or as a vendor, as a person who, does things like this. Sometimes you do wonder, I wonder, I don't know, maybe I'm the only one, who wants to buy these things. My friends and family say they love it. And doing farmers market this year has really built that confidence in me that these items are good and people like them. And so that confidence, I tell you what, when you go to a homestead conference, like I said, it is a little hard because you can't be a part of that. The heart of the community of a homestead conference, I think, is more in the sessions and in the little breakout sessions and in the workshops and teaching. And that's where I feel like the biggest heart of the conference is. But y'all, there's a huge heart in our vendor buildings, and there's a huge heart in just being a community of small business owners and vendors. And so I got so much confidence in my little business and help and encourage me on to just keep focused and just do what God has called me to do. Let me see if I missed anything. I said I couldn't help but sleep much at the end of the first day, anxiously awaiting to get back to this community. I understand now why people say that they miss this and that it's like a family reunion when you get back, because there are so many people that I deeply missed as we drove away Sunday night, knowing that I probably won't see them for a very long time again. And one thing that as a market, as a vendor, you do think of that bottom line. Is it all worth it? Are my fees paid? The investment that I made. And it takes a lot to get to something like this. And you know what? God showed up. He always does. Within the first hour, our investment was covered of the first day. And I don't know if that was the way it was with all vendors, but I just felt like God was saying, girl, I got you. Look, some of our merchandise had to stay home. And we knew that God knew that all along. Like, even during the prep, God knew all along that this wasn't going to go and that those things would have to stay here. but he still had a purpose, and we still had to be faithful and keep plugging along and trust him, and he still provided. So as far as like seeing the people that I admire, I got to hug some special people in my life, and it wasn't, some of the big speakers or a lot of the people that were there that were doing workshops, and those people were great, and I just love their knowledge. It's so valuable. But my friends that supported me in this, and a few people that just came alongside me and carried me, those are the people that I admire. And just think about all the things that happened this weekend. I cannot wait till next year, for one. And for two, I think this is something that anybody who is interested in homesteading, whether you have a home or not, that you can do the homestead on, you need to try and come to this. Anybody who is an intermediate homesteader, who's an advanced homesteader, that's one thing that I heard a lot of people say they loved about this conference was that this wasn't all just for beginners. There were different sessions for different level of homesteading, so you can come and always learn. And that's one thing that I love about homesteading and gardening and canning and all the things, is that you can constantly keep learning. When we homeschooled our children, we wanted to create a love of learning in their heart, so that they wouldn't just get high grades and check all the boxes on a test, but that they would want to learn more and keep learning about things in the world. And so I heard a lot of people say that this conference was so good when it came to wisdom, because there was wisdom shared on every level. Just come, tap into this community. If you are a vendor and a small business and interested in this, follow their Facebook page. I know we're going to be doing call outs for that eventually next summer or so, but being a vendor at an event like this was magical. I tell you what, y'all, it was one of those things that just, it made it all worth it. And like I told my husband, I said, being able to just have that community show up at our little booth in front of our table and carry our family and our business with encouragement and prayers and blessing, it made us want to turn around and bless more people. And so if you stop by my booth, the Little Farmhouse Shop, I hope I blessed you in some way. That is one of the goals of our shop. That's why you see hearts on all of our price tags and on our business card, because we want to share the love of God through how we treat our customers, and we want them to know that we are Christians and we are known by our love. And so I hope you're blessed, because I tell you what, I was blessed so much. I have a friend who is so sweet, she loves tea, and so she said, my cup is overflowing so much that I drink from the saucer. I had no idea what that meant. I just thought, well, okay, that just sounds really cool. But then I researched it and realized in England, they do drink from their saucer. And usually I had a friend who has a YouTube channel who said that's sometimes considered the best drink of your cup. I thought that was so cool. My cup is overflowing. I'm not drinking from the saucer, I'm drinking from this cute little chicken mug. But y'all showed up. The people who came, they were so special to me, and every little blessing, every little word of encouragement, everybody who's lifted us up in prayer, every person who stopped by and said, hey, I just would love your card to follow you. That doesn't go unnoticed for me. All of that stuff is so special to me, and I treasure every one of it. So if you were a customer who stopped by, thank you from my heart and my home. If you purchased something, thank you. If you just waved at me from, down the hallway, thank you. If you are following my Facebook and Instagram pages and my YouTube channel, which by the way, I love for you to subscribe, thank you, because it means so much to us for you to just come and spend your time, watching our videos and checking out our Facebook and Instagram pages. And so I just want to say that I had the most wonderful time there. And you can trust God with everything in your life, because He cares about all that. And He always provides, always. We're going to see if there's on my social media pages, if I could link a list of all the vendors that were attending. If I can, I think it's in one of the brochures, so that you can go and follow these other vendors that, I may not have gotten on camera, but that participate in this event. and give them some love, give them some encouragement. Purchase from them if you're able to. But we need community, supporting community, and we need to just keep these small businesses going and let them know that they can do it, just like you guys did for me. Thank you so much for watching my video recapping the Indiana Homestead Conference of 2023 at the Marion County Fairgrounds in Indianapolis. I hope that if you are not subscribed, we'd love to have you be a part of our YouTube family. Subscribe and share our videos, like this video if it was a blessing to you. And we hope that you are finding ways to embrace the life that God has given you, even if it is just something little, if it's something big. If you're going through a hard time, know that I can pray for you. Leave your prayer requests below. Message me on Facebook or Instagram. I will pray for you. I will lift you up. But know that God is good. And the life He gives us is good. The story He is writing for us is good. Even in those chapters where the plot is hard and you're not sure how it's going to turn out, you can still hold on to Him and know that He loves you. Until our next video, which hopefully will be soon. God bless you, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.